So, what was so successful about Rabbi Akiva's learning style? Well, Pirket D Rabbi Natan actually lays out what he was doing and something that we can all learn from. He's described as somebody who would go to a field and gather whatever he found. If he found lentils, he'd gather it. If he found wheat kernels, he would gather it. If he found barley kernels, that's what he would gather. And he put it into his bag and he would sort it out later. And that is an allegory. Basically, what he was trying to do was he was collecting bits of all sorts of Torah Shabbat Peh, all sorts of halachas, and he was categorizing it in his mind. He was putting it together in terms of halachas, in terms of the six orders of the Mishnahs, the six ways that knowledge in Judaism is laid out in the Torah Shabbat Peh, and he was organizing it and getting it first. He was trying to understand it first, get it first, and then work on it later. And so he would come to a place like this, to a kollel, night kollel, and then he would study each part one bit at a time. And he's also called a spice box. Spice box, you imagine that if you need this spice or that spice, you can just go get it. And that's the idea about acquiring it. In other words, he's always going in and trying to learn all of these details and halachas and like that. And then he's spending a part of his time going in and analyzing it later. And that's something that we should try to look at in trying to study Torah too. In other words, you break up your time into a few bits. You can do some scripture, you could do some Agadada, you could do some halacha, and then what you're trying to do is you're trying to, as you get more halachas and things like that, you're trying to study it in a deeper way, and that is the magic of how Rabbi Akiva was able to go from really knowing nothing at the age of 40 up until something really spectacular 24 years later. Have a great day.